Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the stream today. How are you doing, guys? Hope you guys are having a swell day. Alright, chat. Hello, chicken. How are you doing today, good sir? Oh, hell yeah. I got pumped up just by listening to that music. Hell yeah. Welcome to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. I got my suit. I'm ready to be a lawyer. Got feelings for someone? Oh, I hope it goes well. I truly do. So last time we left off, we finished the first case after like 2 streams. So now here we are ready to start on chapter 2. And if chapter 2 is even remotely as long as chapter 1, bruh, this game's gonna take a long time. Because there's 2 whole games in this shit. Let's go. The Adventure of the Unbreakable Speckled Band. How many streams did I miss of this game? 2. Episode 2. The Adventure of the Unbreakable Speckled Band. Fuck yeah. So the speckled band refers to a snake. We might have to keep that in mind. 9th of January, 6:37 a.m. on board the steamship Buria. Let's get it moving and grooving. Oh, hell yeah. Good quality animation? I know, right? This is crazy. Huh. Oh! That is not a, like, gun, is it? Oh? Oh my god, is that... Are they Russian? They're Russian? That's so stereotypical, but that's awesome. That's... Dude, chat. I don't know, dude. Why'd you post a video called Pain? Dude, I don't know. Herlock Sholmes! Herlock Sholmes? This man's name is Herlock Sholmes. Like Sherlock Holmes, but the... Dude, it's just like me. It's like I'm Mr. Rice, but the letters are flipped. This guy is Sherlock Holmes, but the letters are flipped. I relate to this guy already. Oh, my head is throbbing. What's going on? Something's not right here. There's trouble in the air. Oh no. I'm here? Wait, I can't move. Oh, what the? Why am I in handcuffs? God damn it. Am I a murder suspect again? Oh god. What what the Herlock Sholmes is that? Detective stuff? Bro, this game's too complicated. Old game was better. Wing, such a pessimist. So you wake up now, I'm assuming this is, oh no, this is Russian. We are to drag you out of the wardrobe. I do not believe how you could wake up. You are too cold-blooded man. You you found me then. Duh. We found you, and now you pay, criminal. How long you hiding in that tiny wardrobe, sorry. Now you have been found, it is time to admit your crimes. Unless you want to find out how cold the ocean is, No, I'll tell you everything. Okay, there's definitely... Okay, there's only one thing I'd like to know from you. Who is this? Isn't that... Oh, is this Susato? Because she's here. I don't know what she's doing here. Oh, fuck. I'm already suspected for another murder? God damn it. Why did you do it? Why did you take his life? Miss Susato. I don't remember anything. I'm assuming they'll fill us in with exposition. Wait, what did you just say? Take his life? Where is he? Where's Kazuma? No! No! Kazuma Mishima? Ha! You pretend you do not know. You are a wolf in the sheep's belt. You are the killer. Do not try to make excuses. God damn it. They pulled a Mia Fey on us. What? Kazuma-sama's body was discovered not long ago. Fucking fuck. Here, in this very cabin, that was bolted shut from the inside. His body? Please, do not try to tell us you were doing this terrible thing in your sleep. Kazuma's dead? But he can't be. Oh, and these handcuffs. Surely you don't think I have to know. Why did you take Kazuma-sama's life? Oh, shit. Answer me, please. No. God damn it. Cold open already? No! Dude. I'm a screamer. Screamer in the streamer. Kazuma. It was just 2 short weeks ago. Are you sure about this? Won't we get in trouble? I'll be fine. Don't you find it fun being a stowaway? Besides, how else could you come to England with me to study? It really was something else when they brought your luggage in here earlier, though. The way that Russian crewman just tossed your traveling case onto the floor. I thought I was going to die. Yes, I still can't quite believe that. I really didn't think you'd be able to fit inside my trunk. You must be even less of a man than you look. Hey, honestly, I thought I'd broken every bone in my body. Well, it's about 50 days until we dock in Great Britain. But if you confine yourself to my cabin here, I don't expect anyone will discover you. I hope not. I get the feeling those Russians wouldn't be very forgiving of a stowaway. They're a sturdy bunch, that's for sure. What I want to know is, why do we need to keep it a secret from the young lady? From our faithful judicial assistant, Mikotoba, you mean? From your close friend, more to the point. Surely we could confide in her, couldn't we? I don't believe she'd give me away. No, but if she knew what we'd done, that would make her guilty by association. It's best that only you and I know about this. I suppose so. Anyway, it's about the time that the steward is supposed to come and clean the cabin. I know it's cramped, but you'd better get in there, I think. It won't be for long. And anyway, compared to hiding inside my traveling case, it'll be a breeze. Yes, but what if the steward decides to open the wardrobe for some reason? Then I'll be in for it. Stop worrying. I tell you what. Why don't you write keep out or something on this piece of paper? What? Then I can stick it over the wardrobe doors once you're inside. I don't know. Alright, so that's the context, I guess. We've only been at sea for about 15 days. How can this have happened? We were supposed to be going on this adventure to England together. We leave you at next port. Stay quiet until then. Don't make more trouble for yourself. Murderer. No, I'm not a murderer. Duh, you said before. You said you admit everything about your crimes. No, that's not right. I mean, yes, I did stow away on the ship, but murdering my best friend? No one else could have done it. Admit the truth. Susato-san. Please, tell me what happened. I need to know. Very well. But there is something I would like to ask of you, too. Oh, those eyes. She looks like she's ready to destroy me. In what kind of way? This nightmare is getting worse by the minute. I suppose all I can do is try to find out what really happened. Chat, can you hear the game audio? I'm not sure it's getting fully picked up. It's pretty loud on my end, but let me try to make the audio. Never mind. That was family friendly for maybe 6 minutes. I just found out that King Kong in Warzone has a dick. What the fuck? To be honest, any games you've played are good. Well, thank you, chicken. Cosmo's death. He really has been killed, hasn't he? This isn't just a bad dream. And these handcuffs. I'm ready to throw down. They think I did it? They think I'm Cosmo's killer? When they found him, the cabin was locked from the inside. What do you mean? There's no access to the cabin via a porthole window, and the bolt on the door can't be operated from outside. In other words, after the crime, the culprit couldn't have escaped these four walls. What? Or to put it another way, the culprit can only have been somebody inside this cabin. Or do you have some other explanation? This is impossible. How did he die then? What happened exactly? Are you still going to deny the charge, even despite the circumstances? Please, Susato-san, you have to tell me. Autoerotic asphyxiation. The cause of death is still undetermined. They don't know how he died? The ship's doctor is examining the body, but of course he has no post-mortem analysis experience. I don't suppose we shall learn more until an expert has been consulted at our next port of call. So presumably that means there were no obvious external signs of injury then. That's true, yes? About the incident. Telling me. Can anyone tell me what actually happened here in this cabin? I don't understand it. Why would anyone want to kill Kazuma? Presumably that's something you know the answer to better than anyone. Please, whatever you say, you were here in the cabin after all. Well, yes, I was, but... Oh, brother. He would always wake before dawn and do his training first thing in the morning. Oh, okay. Show us more of it. Why not? I was waiting outside his cabin as I have every day so far on this voyage. But this morning, he did not come. I could sense that he wouldn't. Does that mean he was already dead when Susato-san arrived at his cabin door, I wonder? I knocked, but there was no reply. Then I started to become worried, so I went to find a member of the crew. The crewman forced the cabin door open, and when we managed to get inside... There was Kazuma-sama collapsed on the floor. Okay. And the white tape there now shows exactly where he was found, I suppose. I had no idea anything had happened. I must have been asleep in the wardrobe somehow. I wish it wasn't the case, but that's just very hard to believe. This is all very hard to believe for me, too. Trust me. Now, I've told you everything that I know. So it's my turn to ask you a question. Yes, all right. Ugh, my head feels so heavy. It's still throbbing like anything. Stowaway. Why are you even on board this ship, Naruhodo-san? You said something before about being a stowaway, didn't you? Oh, yes. I'm afraid that's true. It's 2 weeks since we left Japan now, and I've been shut up in this cabin this entire time. I had no idea. But how could you have occupied Kazuma-san's cabin for so long without him noticing? No, that would have been impossible, obviously. Bum, 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 bum. Yes, of course. Kazuma invited me. He wanted us to go to England together. He actually asked you? But why? I'm afraid I don't really know the reason myself. I don't understand. Oh, more flashback. Give us more. Kazuma, why do you want this? What's the real reason? Why go to such extreme lengths to smuggle me to England with you? It's because I have a real fancy for men. It's an idea that's been on my mind ever since the end of that incredible trial. I think I told you then, didn't I, that you ought to become a lawyer yourself? Whoa, yes, you did say that, but I didn't think you were serious. You have a talent for it, I can assure you of that. But I've never really thought about becoming a lawyer. Well, that's something you can decide for yourself. London is at the spearhead of cultural development, the center of the world in many ways. There can't be any harm in seeing such an important place with your own eyes, can there? Well, no, definitely not. But on a personal level, if you were to become a lawyer, then what? Nothing. Forget it. Question mark? Dramatic question mark. Kazuma-sama, he was always saying the same thing, that he wanted to change the Japanese legal system. Perhaps he thought that he could do that with you. Yes, maybe. But something's still bothering me a little. The look in his eyes, then. It was darker than I've ever seen it before. Susato-san. I'm sorry that we kept a secret from you. My stowing away on the ship, I mean. If I know Kazuma-sama... knew, actually, Susato. Sorry to, but grammar is important. I expect he was trying to protect me, to avoid me becoming guilty by association. That's exactly right, yes. Word perfect, in fact. Last night. Tell me. If you're not the culprit, then tell me. What happened last night here in this cabin? Well, I don't know. Well, the thing is, I don't really remember. Kazuma brought me something to eat, just like he always did. And then I got myself into that wardrobe over there, just like I always did. After that, I fell asleep. Well, yes. So deeply that you didn't even stir when Kazuma-sama was killed? Well, yes. You lying bitch. I know it sounds unbelievable. Really, I do, but it's the truth. If only I'd woken up, then perhaps I wouldn't be in this predicament. And for some reason, my head's still throbbing like anything. Really? ... Concerned face. Is something wrong? Oh, no, it's... Please, forget it. Susato-san, you have to believe me. I didn't do it. Again. I really don't want to doubt you. But the trouble is, there is no one else who could have possibly done this. I don't know, dude. That's what they said last time. Kazuma, I don't understand. Why? Why did this have to happen? I can't take this. Don't try to go anywhere. You're the perpetrator of this crime. You can't leave. I can't allow that to happen. I'm sorry, but Kazuma was killed right under my nose here, and I didn't do anything to stop it. And now I'm supposed to just sit around, my hands tied, while whoever did this walks free? No, I can't allow that to happen. Well, what do you propose to do then? Let's investigate, shoddy? I'm going to investigate. I'm going to find out exactly what happened here. I'm going to work out who took Kazuma's life and how and why they did it. So I'm sorry, but you're going to have to excuse me. Hi-ya! Oh, I just got bitch slapped. I did, huh? What the? That was a Susato takedown. My God, a Susato what? What martial art form is that? I'm going to need you to prove it. Sorry, prove it? Yes, you're innocent. I need evidence. But how am I supposed to... Have you forgotten already what you achieved just a few weeks ago? You successfully defended yourself in a court of law. Ah, I see. She's expecting me to present some conclusive evidence. I've already thought of something personally, but I have to get Susato-san to believe me. I'll show her some evidence right now that proves I'm not guilty of this awful crime. Yes! Right there. Tell me, when I was discovered in the wardrobe before, was this piece of paper stuck over the doors? Oh, yes, it was. I remember clearly. I thought so. Cosmo always put it in place whenever I went to sleep in there, just in case the cabin steward or another crew member decided to look inside. So naturally, he did the same last night as well. Ah! Yes, of course. The gentleman who discovered you peeled that sign from the wardrobe doors before he opened them. But if I were truly the culprit, I couldn't have climbed back inside the wardrobe and stuck this on the outside of the doors on my own. Yes, that's quite true. In other words, it's impossible that I killed Kazuma. Kazuma Mishima. Well, even if you are sprawled hopelessly on the floor, I can see why Kazuma-san thought so highly of you. Thank you, Susato-san. Now, do you think perhaps you could help me up? I think I broke my spleen. It's in like 5 pieces. Well, in the light of that evidence, I don't see any reason why I should stop you from investigating in here, at least. Thank you. So you finally believe me? I'm sorry. No. What? I'm not sure yet. I can't rule out the possibility that you use some sort of conjuring trick to put the sign back in position. What does she think I am, a magician? Himiko Yumeno. Okay. For now. Okay. Shoddy. Okay. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the music. For now, I suggest you investigate as thoroughly as possible in here. I'll do the same. All right. Let's go to work, Susato-san. Please don't misunderstand me. I still have my doubts. Oh. I shall be watching you to make sure you do nothing that might disturb the crime scene. I wouldn't want you using your conjuring tricks to destroy evidence, for example. Right. Well, anyway, I should make a start on investigating in here. Examine everything I can. Cosmo, I swear, I will avenge your death. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, fuck yeah. What do you want, shoddy? Perhaps see what this Russian crewman makes of the scene of the crime. Excuse me. What? Oh, God. I was wondering how it's going, the investigation, I mean. Grandmother told me in Japanese people do not make jokes, but it's not true, I see. Sorry? The criminal asking investigator for information about this crime. Very funny. Oh, it wasn't supposed to be a joke. He doesn't appear to be laughing either. He's convinced you're guilty. He might have useful information, though. I have to keep trying. So last night, did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all? The fuck are you asking me for? Niet, of course not. Now back to corner of room and make silent. I say no more to you. Did I hit a nerve? Just for a minute there, he seemed a little flustered. So he probably did notice something unusual. Oh dear, that won't do. Oh, what's the matter, Susato-san? Whenever I'm examining things, I always find myself so focused I forget to look around properly. Yes, that's not good. I don't suppose you're as foolish as me in that regard. Are you Naruhodo-san? I see it. Oh. Oh, yeah. I'm sure you're careful to look around using BM, aren't you? What the fuck is BM? Now let's investigate all corners of this cabin. Yes, let's do that. I suppose my field of vision has been rather small until now. Bum, bum, bum. Ba, 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 ba. That's Kazuma-san's precious sword. He never went anywhere without it. Yes, he was always saying that a Japanese man's katana is his soul. I believe he had to work very hard to convince the government to allow him to bring it on this trip. I suppose that shows just how important it was to him. And now he's gone, but I'm not ready to let his spirit go just yet. Take it. Fuck it. It's mine now. That's my dinner from last night. A roast chicken. It was really tasty. Yes, it was very delicious, wasn't it? But did you eat it on the floor here? I'm not a dog, Susato-san. I ate it at the table, of course. Which begs the question of when and how the plate ended up on the floor. But Kazuma-sama didn't like chicken at all, did he? No, that's right. And good for him. Chicken is the most mid meat in existence. That's right, so he didn't touch it, which means all the more for me. Oh no, does that mean poor Kazuma-sama spent his last night on this earth with an empty belly? It's just too horrible. Ugh, now I suddenly have a guilty conscience and an achy stomach. That's a knife right there, but that's not relevant, I guess. There's nothing on this table at all. The plate and cutlery are all over the floor for some reason. Yes, it's strange. Last night when I went to sleep, I'm sure everything was still... No, wait a minute. What is it? That's funny. I can't seem to remember anything about what happened after dinner at all. That's quite sus, Naruhodo-san. So then perhaps you are responsible for what happened to Kazuma-sama. No, no, no! Bum bum. Alright, let's look at this. Seigi, the Japanese word for justice. The brush strokes are straight and true, just like Kazuma. I think Kazuma was actually gay as fuck. Yes, his calligraphy always was a reflection of his heart. Yet can you really look at those characters without feeling shame, knowing who drew them so thoughtfully? Of course I can! I mean, I'm innocent, so why shouldn't I be able to? Even though you stowed away on this ship. Ouch! Now you're going to bring that up, are you? I can't win. Okay, whatever. This is broken. When I went for help and the crewman forced the door open, this bolt had been firmly closed. It's quite a small bolt and not particularly sturdy. It just slides across to secure the door shut. But still, with the door bolted, there would be no way to get in or out of the cabin, that's for sure. It's no wonder everyone suspects me. Bum, bum, bum. When she glares at me like that, I feel tense up all and down my spine. I remember reading once in a detective novel, the culprit used a needle and thread to draw a bolt across from outside the room in a situation like this. Yes, that's a clever trick, isn't it? I'm an avid reader of detective stories myself. But the door of this cabin and its frame are made of metal, and they seal together perfectly. There would be no possibility of using that needle and thread trick here, I'm afraid. When she glares at me like that, I feel pins and needles all up and down my spine. I love the music that's playing right now. It's kind of fire, chat. I'm not capping. What do you think this is? Looks like a broken piece of glassware. It's either a mug or a bell. Whatever the thing was appears to have broken clean in two. The glass is such a beautiful color. It looks like a cute little Natsuki fashioner from a kimono outfit. I'm not sure that sounds like Kazuma. He wouldn't have secretly carried a cute little trinket like this around with him, would he? I told you he was secretly fruity. And the mark beside it, what is it, I wonder? It has sort of brick-like hue. And yes, you're right. It is the color of brick, isn't it? Even though I don't see anything of the same color anywhere else in the cabin. Did Kazuma write that before he died? It looks like it's written in ink. He must have knocked the ink pot from the desk when he collapsed on the floor. Then I suppose he wrote this message by dipping his finger in the spillage. Poor Kazuma-sama. No doubt he was in terrible pain. It's almost unbearable to imagine it. I suppose he was trying to leave some kind of a clue in his final moments, was he? I'm sorry, partner, but I can't read your writing. I don't think that's Japanese, Naruhodo-san. What? Then what language is it? It pains me to admit it, but I don't know. Well, the guy in the intro thing said it was Russian, so I guess it is. It's not a foreign script I'm familiar with. What does it mean, I wonder? The books have fallen over on the shelf. Look, they've all toppled the same way. And what's this? A statue of some god of the sea? Although he's fallen over as well. Yes, it's almost as if the whole shelf has been ransacked and everything mown down at once. Maybe the ship swayed or something. I wonder if perhaps it was Kazuma-sama doing his morning sword training, do you think? I seriously doubt it. Then perhaps it was you, Naruhodo-san, in a fit of rage? I wouldn't have bothered leaving the wardrobe just to mess up a few books and a statue. Could the way these things have been thrown about have anything to do with the case, I wonder? Well, I'll just set everything straight again. I don't like to see a mess. You don't like preserving the crime scene either, I guess. Damn. Bum bum. What's this? These are the rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Buria. It's essentially a list of requests from the captain to all passengers on board. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in the cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. He had a katana. He did have a katana, chat. What? Why are you staring at me? Oh, sorry. I was just thinking. Are you more of a dangerous object or a pet? Listen. I'm not saying that this is how I'm going to ask everybody if they're a top or a bottom from now on. But that is absolutely how I'm going to ask everybody if they're a top or a bottom from now on. I can't decide. Well, one thing's for sure. Either way, I wasn't supposed to be in here. Bum, bum, bum. Okay. Ink. Alright, let's look at the case, I guess. That's a very large traveling case, isn't it? Yes, it carries a lot of memories for me. Memories? What do you mean? Well, that's actually how I stowed away on this vessel. I was brought on board inside that case. Ah, yes, I see it says "this way up" in Japanese. Which, in hindsight, I should have realized the foreign crewmen wouldn't be able to read. I was turned over and over and over, and then I was tossed on the floor in here. Oh dear, being a stowaway isn't as romantic as it sounds. Well, it was less painful than a Susato takedown. Bum, 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 bum. This music is so fire, though. This is where dear Kazuma-sama would have sat whenever he was writing. London Diary is what Ryunosuke said. Poor Kazuma, he didn't even make it to his destination. It looks as though the last entry is incomplete. Which means, what? He was in the middle of writing it when the incident happened? Let's see what it says. It could be a valuable clue. Hi-ya! That's out of the question. What? Kazuma-sama may have departed this world, but you must not read his private thoughts. But what if it's something important? Something relevant to the case? Alright, I won't read it. Bum, 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 bum. Poor Kazuma-sama. I don't like prying into people's personal matters either, but in this case, isn't the need for clues more important? Oh, I pressed my B. My B. So there's a vent? Chat, they vented! Oh my god, I think that's some kind of opening for a ventilator. A hole through which fresh air can circulate into the cabin. Isn't that a little odd? What do you mean? Well, this ventilator, if that's what it is, looks like it must connect to the next door cabin. Yes, it would appear to. You're right. But if its purpose is to allow fresh air into the room, surely it should be connected to the outside. That's true. Perhaps it's so that rain and spray don't find their way in when the seas are rough, or something like that? I suppose. Maybe that's it. Excuse me, who? I was about to say, who's that? He wasn't there a minute ago. As far as I can tell, it looks like he might be European. Oh, how did he? You've noticed the man too, have you? I have no idea who he is or how he got in here, but he looks suspicious and tall. Suspiciously tall. Ah, Naruhodo-san, don't tell me. Do you really not know who that is? Well, no. I don't have any foreign friends or acquaintances at all. He doesn't look like a member of the crew. There's something very unusual about him. And is he investigating Kazuma's desk, or is he just playing on it? I can't tell. Well, in that case, we simply must talk with him. Am I just imagining it, or does Susato-san look almost uncontrollably excited? By the way, I expect that you've noticed already, but just in case, if you press space on people when they're in the crosshairs, you can converse with them. Alright then, I'll get that suspiciously tall gentleman to my sights and see what he has to say for himself. Oh, please do. But first, let me, examine everything else, though. It's some 2 weeks since we set sail from Japan. Have you really been living in that wardrobe the entire time, Naruhodo-san? I think living isn't quite the right description. Oh, no, I suppose not. Although it must have been rather exciting making this voyage in your own secret hideout. The trouble was I never knew when a member of the crew might come in. So yes, I did basically have to live in the wardrobe. And last night was no exception. Just because of that, you have no idea what was happening out here in the cabin. No, sadly not. Bum 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 bum. What's that? This is, yes, it's a bell cord contraption, I think. What do you mean contraption? I read about it in a book I was studying that talked about life in Great Britain. Large households often have bell cords like this, which you can pull during a bell to summon servants. Really? That sounds almost magical. So maybe the bell is what broke from that. Shall we give it a little try? Yes. In the interest of cultural research, obviously. I suppose nobody comes for lowly Japanese people. No, I'm sure it's just that everyone is busy, that's all. Damn. Racism. 1 second, Chop. There we go. There we are, mate. All right. Sir, can you get down, please? Excuse me. British. Excuse me, do you have a moment? Shh, this is a critical point in my investigation. Maybe I should leave him alone. He seems a little unfriendly. Yes, perhaps that would be for the best. Greetings! I hope I haven't kept you long. What exactly were you doing on Cosmo's desk just now? Oh, fuck yeah. I like the look of this guy. Oh, I see. Fascinating. Sorry? What do you see? It feels like he's looking right through me. Oh, yes. Everything is clear now. The train of reasoning has run its course. My deductions have crystallized. You have been in Afghanistan, I perceive. Just recently returned, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry? What? And now, whilst venturing toward foreign climes, you find yourself in a most troubling predicament. Oh, well, that's true, at least. But how? How the deuce did I know that, perhaps? It was really a most elementary deduction, hardly worth explaining. Have you perhaps managed to deduce anything else? But of course, a great many things. There is no mystery, my dear madam. For example, you have fled your native land of Russia, being, as you are, a merciless revolutionary. You leave 16 victims of assassination in your wake, and now travel to England to blow up the Crystal Tower. Huh? And when the beribboned occupant of this very cabin discovered your identity, you ended his life too. Yes, I believe that surmises the facts beautifully. No need to hide the truth now. What's up, Swarmy Roz? How's it going, man? Welcome into the stream. How you doing? Hope you're having a good day, sir. Nothing deceives these eyes. That was like almost all wrong. Just to be clear, you are talking about me, aren't you? Certainly I am. Did you see another in this cabin who fits the bill? A Russian assassin with 16 victims to his name? I don't even see one person who fits the bill. ... So it's true. It was you who did this to Kazuma-sama. What? And you're plotting revolution, too. It's shameful behavior, Naruhodo-san. Absolutely wicked. No, listen. There's no way I... Oh, I'm being thrown to the floor again. Ouchies. Now explain yourself. Tell me everything. This is ridiculous. I agree. Naruhodo-san, I agree. How could you do it? For pity's sake, open your eyes. I'm not a Russian revolutionary, obviously. Oh, forgive me. And as for you, what kind of deduction was that? You were just saying the first thing that came into your head. Ah, but was I not right? Whilst venturing towards foreign climes, you do find yourself in a most troubling predicament. Do you not? Well, yes, maybe. Ha! There you have it, you see. What do you make of that, Well, to be honest, the ship is en route to England, And I'm in handcuffs at the scene of a murder. Seems pretty troubling to me. So, I'm not really sure you could call it deduction. It's more plain observation. Indeed, an observation, my dear boy, is the basis of all deduction. My method is founded upon the observation of trifles, you see. I announce my findings with a brassy certitude. And more often than not, I'm right. I don't think you introduced yourself. Ah, my apologies. How remiss of me. Oh, fuck yeah. I am none other than the greatest detective of the century, known to men and women the world over. You need company? Well, here I am. You got my attention. Hello, Nate. Welcome. Welcome. I hope you're doing good. We're playing Ace Attorney today. Sorry, the great Ace Attorney. The imitable Sherlock Sholmes. So, it's really you? The actual Sherlock Sholmes. The very same. The imitable actual Sherlock Sholmes. I am going to say Sherlock Holmes so much, I swear to God. Do you know this man, Suzato-san? The most famous detective in the world? Naruhodo-san, of course I do. There's nobody who hasn't heard of him. What planet have I been living on, then? We must ask him what he's deduced. Knockoff. He will have worked out the entire case already, I'm sure. Really? Why do I feel uneasy about this? Fuck yeah, let me converse with you, homeboy. Great detective. So, you're a great detective, are you? Sorry, what was your name again? Indeed, I am none other than the one and only Sherlock Sholmes. Oh, I see. You're German? Hairlock, was it? No, I have no hair. I mean, I have hair. Please call me Sholmes. You can read all about my exploits in this exciting London publication. Oh yes, Ranst magazine, full of wonderful short stories and interest articles from Great Britain. I never miss an issue. I have it sent from England especially. Ah, yes, here it is. The Adventures of Sherlock Sholmes. Elementary, my dear Sultan. You didn't say how you were doing? Oh, I'm doing good. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you for asking. I'm doing pretty good today. So, you're the protagonist in a series of short stories, then. Hey, Stream, you better chill out. You better chill out, Stream. You better relax. Indeed I am. And you've read so many of your own stories, you've started to think you really are a detective. Make no mistake, I'm not the poor, deluded fellow you take me for. Hello?
I'll wait until you're done. You're streaming?
Yeah?
I'll talk to you about these when you're done.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Alright. Your inference is backward. Backward? Takes pipe Britishly. My trusty biographer records my greatest detecting achievements and chronicles them in the magazine. You have a biographer, do you? Doesn't everyone? Mine goes by the name of Dr. Wilson, presently keeping shop in London. Dr. Wilson. I must say, thanks to that publication, I've been fantastically busy as of late. Why, this very moment, I'm returning from Asia, having solved the mystery of a cursed royal crown. Really? I can't work out whether I should take this man seriously or not. Yo, what's up, Diamond? Yesterday was my birthday. Oh, happy late birthday. Me watching cat videos while sleeping on a damn sofa bed instead of an actual bed? Nice. Deduction, you see, is to me a science. Logical reasoning in its purest form. A science? Really? The astute observer notices even the most subtle of reactions in a subject. A furtive glance, a twitch of a muscle, a slight inclination of the posture. Fingernails, arm sleeves, furrows in the skin. All these things are data. Or data, depending on what you say. Right. And the trained logician makes deductions from his data in the blink of an eye. The ultimate conclusion is, without fail, the truth. As I demonstrated only a few short moments ago. How can he look me in the eye and claim that? So you see, I have a turn both for observation and for deduction and fame. That is what makes me the one and only Sherlock Sholmes. Cosmo's death. Have you managed to deduce anything about this particular case yet? Have I managed to deduce anything? My dear fellow. Who do you suppose discovered the culprit in this most cunning hiding place? That's right. It was none other than the great detective before you now, Mr. Sherlock Sholmes. I see. Okay, Sholmes, we get it. Shush. In other words, square up. I'm in these now because of him. When I became anxious about Kazuma-sama this morning, I summoned all the crew members to force the cabin door open. And I concealed myself among their number as an imposter, gaining entry to the scene of the crime. Yes, luckily for everyone, the great detective, Herlock Sholmes, was on board. And the handcuffs seemed to be an excellent fit, Mr. Naruhodo. Ah. The very moment I laid eyes on the scene, 2 facts were immediately apparent to me. Oh, really? 2 facts, you say? Oh, 2 facts. Your deduction just now. 2 facts. Mr. Sholmes, tell us, please, what 2 facts were apparent to you when you came into this cabin this morning? Ah, yes, but first, let us be precise. The 2 facts in question were immediately apparent to me. Yes, I understand. But what were they? Allow me to elucidate. The 2 facts that I deduced from a mere momentary glance at the scene of the crime were as follows. Number 1, the cabin was locked from within, rendering escape of the culprit out of the question. Number 2, the victim was Russian and killed following a dispute with an acquaintance. Hold on, Mr. Sholmes, what made you think the victim was Russian? Observe the dying message left by the victim on the floor. Not even gonna try to pronounce that. That is the Russian word for wardrobe. Do you really think Kazuma-sama could have left a dying message in Russian? In their final moments, many find their native tongue filling their head. For this young man, Russian. Kazuma was Russian, was he? Initially, I considered Godorob may be the name of the killer. A certain Robert God, perhaps. But in the interest of thoroughness, I decided it would be wrong not to look inside the wardrobe there at least, where you found Mr. Naruhodo sleeping soundly. Quite so! I found you, the renowned Russian revolutionary killer! Why is it that I'm Russian too? I observed that you were wearing the same attire as the victim. In other words, you were acquainted. And if my memory serves, that outfit is the traditional dress of the Russian people. Our school uniforms are the traditional dress of the Russian people? I had no idea. And I had no idea a detective could get something so wrong. Yeah, just beat the shit out of him with the cuffs. Poof, poof, poof. Exactly. I took a photograph of the victim in the message that I might analyze it for possible hidden details. Show me. This was taken immediately after the young man was discovered, before the body was removed. Yes, Kazuma had already been taken away when I woke up, but this is the first time I've actually seen him like this. No! Not my bro! My bro-me! My bro homie! That I kiss sometimes, but they'll have to talk about it now. Are you alright, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, yes, thank you. Crime scene photograph. Can I ask you something, Mr. Sholmes? What pray? You mentioned Russia before as well, didn't you? You know, when you said I was a fearsome revolutionary fleeing from Russia and all that. Oh, yes, the train of reasoning that led me to the truth. Would you mind explaining that train of reasoning to me, do you think? Certainly, if it interests you. How many times... I'm not Russian, and I don't speak Russian. Your deduction. Can we talk about your deduction before? The things you concluded about me, I mean. Ah, the now famously accurate, troubling predicament you find yourself in. Actually, it was the other details that I was more hoping to discuss. You know, the merciless Russian revolutionary and assassin of 16 part. Ah, yes, the more sordid details. It was a fairly commonplace deduction. Here we have this morning's paper. The main headline reads... Revolutionary villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. Wow, I read that correctly. Holy fuck, I'm surprised. This vessel made a port call it Shanghai yesterday, and last night the young Russian was murdered. Since when was Kazuma a Russian? It sounds like Mr. Sholmes has concluded he was Russian because of what Kama-sama wrote on the floor. It was a simple act of reasoning to realize that the culprit of the crime scene was the same merciless revolutionary. One who would kill the very man who helped him to escape after his true identity was discovered. Yes, you, villain Bolshevik. It's like Bolshevik? Okay. No. How could it be me? I don't look anything like this man. Just look at his face. Well, you are a fearsome revolutionary after all. Therefore, you have no doubt learned from revolutionize your appearance as well. Ah, please. And I might add, your name does not appear on the ship's passenger list. Need I say more? Well, that's because I'm a stowaway. What about the other details? The 16 victims of the assassination and blowing up the Crystal Tower? Ah, yes, the journalist clearly interviewed the man and printed all those particulars in the article. The deeds of the man has perpetrated thus far and those he is plotting. Yes, everything about this revolutionary Bolshevik was included. There can be no mistake. Dude, do revolutionaries usually agree to interviews with newspaper reporters, I wonder? And what about the part where you said I was just returning from Afghanistan? Also quite clearly stated here in the article. Bolshevik has recently returned after a period of subversive activities in a war-torn region of Afghanistan. Where even is it anyway? I know where Afghanistan is. This Afghanistan place. Oh my god. Jeez. Every American watching right now be like, here, take the paper for yourself as a little memento of this great deduction. Oh, thank you. I've absorbed all that is of interest to me within its pages, but I see no rubbish bin nearby. Alright. And you may find the article on the back page of interest as well. On the back? Don't mind if I do, shoddy. Can't find anything out of place. Shoddy, look at the article. This is interesting. Have you found something relevant, Naruhodo-san? Well, no. I mean, it looks like it might be interesting. I can't read a single word, I'm afraid. No, nor can I, but look at this picture. Perhaps it's a beautiful young Russian princess, do you think? She is very pretty, isn't she? I suppose you enjoy articles like this, do you? I don't know. I can't make any sense of it. Oh, I'm glad you've noticed this article. Ah! Allow me to give you a short summary of its contents. Oh, thank you. He pops up everywhere, this Mr. Sholmes. It is about the disappearance of a young lady last night. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. Breadcat is playing Gary's mod? Yo, let's go, Breadcat. During a performance in Shanghai, the famous dancer was reported missing. She is, of course, the talented, young Nikolina Pavlova. Pavlova, okay. Why are Russian names so hard to remember? Dude, Pavlova, I've actually eaten a Pavlova before. They're so good. They're tasty, man. It would appear the woman was in costume when she was found to be missing from her dressing room, wearing the diamond tiara you see pictured, which is worth some 20,000 rubles. Oh, how much is 20,000 rubles? I have no idea, but I'm quite sure it must be an unbelievable sum of money. Susato-san's eyes are shining like diamonds themselves. The tiara is the property of the Novovich Ballet. It would seem the director is beside herself with worry. Worry about the tiara and not the actress? That's funny. That's actually very realistic, too. I'm not surprised. The company is most anxious to recover both Miss Pavlova and the valuable tiara. Today it's probably like $5. Dang, dude. I was about to make a joke like that, too. They've requested international assistance at all ports with sailings to Great Britain. Could this be another case of a Russian fleeing his or her country? It does seem to be the Russian thing to do. I'm not even going to dignify that with a response, Mr. Naruhodo. Chat, don't you love it when games made like 10 years ago have relevance today? Oh my god, I love that. First it was Danganronpa V3 having like the mysterious virus that had everyone wearing masks, and now it's this. That's so funny to me. Cast your eye over it sometime if the interest takes you, though you may need someone to interpret. It's all written in Russian. I couldn't hope to read it. But I suppose it wouldn't hurt just to glance at the article. Maybe there might be a picture or two. Alright, what were you just investigating? Before we started talking, you were examining Kazuma's desk, weren't you? Kazuma. Ah, yes, the victim. Did you notice anything useful? Anything at all? Observe for a moment the desktop of the victim. We see that the victim was engaged in penning some text. London Diary. Kazuma was keeping notes of the trip. Ah, but I don't think you should read his private writings. It could upset people. Tragic, and something you ought to perhaps elucidate before the act of reading. You mean you've read it already? It is my business to know what other people do not. Yes, believe it or not, I know a smattering of Japanese. Oh, I see. Well, you're about to know what a Suzato takedown is. Suzato-san? Aren't you gonna throw the detective with one of your trademark takedowns? I'm sorry, Naruhodo-san. What on earth do you mean? Life is so unfair! Anyway, to return to the matter at hand, namely this diary belonging to the victim. It would appear the final sentence is incomplete, as if the author were cut short. Tell me, what is the nature of the writing? Pray be precise as to details. Oh, but I thought you knew Japanese. A smattering, dear boy, a smattering. Sayonara, bonsai, mikado, nado. I trust you're suitably impressed. But this diary is littered with complicated-looking characters, of which I can read precisely none. So what was all that showing off about before, then? If you would be so kind as to show me, I would be happy to read it to you, Mr. Sholmes. I'm much obliged, my dear madame. The final entry here in Kazuma-sama's diary consists of just 2 short sentences. The first reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. A whistling sound? These are very deep waters. Pray, go on. The second sentence reads, 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. A speckled band? What on earth does that mean? It could be a snake. It could be a snake. I have no idea. I've never heard that expression before. The ventilator grill, you say? The man was presumably referring to the lattice there on the wall, which connects to the adjoining cabin. Yes, the adjoining cabin. Okay. Snake? Snake? Snake! Okay. From Metal Gear? It could. I don't know. Maybe. Anything's possible. So I believe I've given you enough to consider for the time being at least. Do you have somewhere to go? As it happens, I have a gay orgy to attend to. The victim's writings in his diary have piqued my interest. The matter warrants further investigation, I believe. And if I am still too long, the seasickness takes hold. Oh, I suppose. You're thinking of investigating the cabin next door, which the ventilator connects to. Great detectives are a curious breed. Our minds rebel at stagnation. We crave mental exaltation. So yes, I intend to investigate. Hence, the truth will become clear soon enough. Do you think perhaps that we could go with you? No, that would be somewhat complicated. What? But why? A simple glance at your wrist should reveal the answer. Oh, these. Sheesh. After all, you're the prime suspect in this matter, no? And you can't spell suspect without sus. There's no point in trying to turn it into a question. You're the one who decided I was the culprit in the first place. Whatever do you mean? I have no recollection of naming you as the culprit at any point. You must be joking. You just said it only a moment ago. Dear me, you are clearly misguided. I would have no cause to say such a thing. Well, actually, Mr. Sholmes, I did hear you say that too. You're quite sure? Well, that's very strange. I wouldn't have said you had the face of a criminal, you know. Not really. So what? Were you looking at my knees before? Some great detective you are. Oh, now Birdcat's playing Fallout New Vegas. What the hell, man? Well, anyway, that was then and this is now. What do you mean? What I mean, sir, is this. If you are the culprit, then you must play the part more convincingly. Roll over and accept your fate. Ha 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 ha. Now he's just being plain rude. And off he goes, having just laughed in my face. His sense of humor is as twisted as his name. Naruhodo-san, what are you just standing there for? We must go and investigate the cabin next door as well. Aren't you forgetting something? What about these? There's no way I can... Hiya! After Kazuma-san spent his dying moments struggling to leave us a clue, you're willing to give up? You're just going to roll over and accept your fate? As if you gave me any choice in the rolling over part. Alright, let's go, shoddy. I think we still have some investigation to finish off in here first, don't we? Let's carry on examining what we can in this cabin while we wait for a chance to slip next door. Good idea. The situation doesn't look good for me, but there are still some things I can do to help myself. And I owe it to Kazuma to do everything I can to find a way out of this, and bring the real culprit to justice. Is something wrong, Naruhodo-san? Oh, no, it's just the crewman standing by the door. I can't help feeling like I've seen him somewhere before. I think that's the inspector from last time. His glasses look familiar. Oh, yes, you're right. He does look familiar. Excuse me, sir. Yes, what can I do for you? Yeah, it's him. Definitely. I recognize that face, but it can't be. God damn it. It is! I didn't know you were here, Inspector Hosonaga. Shut your face. Hello again. I gotta admit, I did like doing his voice, so I'm glad he's back. What are you doing here? I think that should be my line. I was so stunned when I saw you, my heart stopped. Nearly stopped, I hope. I received some special orders to go undercover as a member of the crew and board this ship. Again? You certainly seem to enjoy undercover work, Inspector. If there's anything I can do to help you, please ask. I never expected to see this man on board, but perhaps his presence can help me out of this hopeless situation. Just shove you away. Don't reveal my identity. God. Don't you know I have a game meeting with Sholmes to attend to? Just us inspector things of kissing each other. We're going to do an investigation of each other's anal cavities. So what are your special orders this time, Inspector? Yes, and why are you dressed as a member of the crew? Bows dramatically. I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. I take full responsibility. For what? My orders were to act as Asogi-san's bodyguard. Ah. It was Minister of Justice oh, fuck me, mate. How do you pronounce that shit? God damn it. It was Minister of Justice Jigoku, who pushed for this overseas study tour to go ahead. And he entrusted me with ensuring that Asogi-san reached Great Britain without being assassinated. Assassinated? How could that have been a possibility? I'm not sure. But these are complicated times. There are tensions between the world's greatest powers. Minister Jigoku said we should be prepared for all eventualities. This is incredible. I don't believe it. Kazuma-sama was assassinated? Obviously, we couldn't give Asogi-san a visible security escort. Which is why I'm undercover now, posing as one of the crew. I see. And I didn't take my eyes off him the entire time we've been on board, from morning until night, every day. Great Britain. I like that GIF emote. That's funny. But I never imagined what would happen here, inside his own cabin, not here on the first-class deck. I failed miserably at my assignment, and Asogi-san is dead as a result. I'm a disgrace. All I can do is fuck myself. Humbly apologize. He said GIF? Oh, fuck. Inspector! So if there's anything at all that I can do to help now, just say the word. Well, unzips pants. Okay, no. Permission to investigate. Oh, no bitches? I saw no bitches. The cat! The cat kiss. I love that. I love that gif. It's so wholesome. We're doing what we can to investigate Cosmo's death ourselves. I thought you might be. You didn't do it, did you? You're not the killer? Of course not. We'd really like to investigate the cabin next door. Yes, so we need to be allowed. Oh, yes, so we need to be allowed outside this cabin. I'm sorry. Shorty was not like a melody in my head. I'm sorry? You've been deemed a risk to the ship's safety. If you moved, even touched the handle of the cabin door. That stormy-looking seaman there would surely snap your neck in two. I suppose I'm not just a stowaway now. They think I'm a murderer as well. Would it be possible? Oh, IRL word ban. Oh, fuck. To give me something. I guess I just gotta. I didn't start it yet. Rister has to speak in the third person. There we go. Rister has got to speak in the third person from now on. At least for 1 minute. Alright? To give something to work with, don't you think? I'm going to need something persuasive. What do you mean? If Hosonaga had a solid reason why the next door cabin should be investigated, for example, I'd do everything Hosonaga could to persuade the captain to allow it. Really, I'd lay my life on the line if Hosonaga had to. Says Nate. Nate dares me. No. But Ryunosuke doesn't see how. There may be a way. What? Really? Think of how you tried to persuade me of your innocence, Tadahoda-san, by presenting me with a piece of evidence that you already had in your possession. Evidence? It's just the same as when you were in court. You must have done it many times during your trial. Simply select the present panel and give me a present. My birthday was yesterday! And choose some evidence that Inspector Hosonaga could use. So evidence that would give us a viable reason to investigate the next door cabin, is it? Alright, yes. Ryunosuke thinks Ryunosuke might know what we can use. Let's see if Ryunosuke can present the detective with the evidence he needs to persuade the captain. Bum 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 bum. This one? What's that? It's Kazuma's diary. Just before he died, Kazuma-sama wrote something rather strange in his diary. Strange? In what way? He wrote, what looks like some kind of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. A speckled band that is... Oh god, I'm gonna die. Strange. Yes, we're still trying to work out what he meant by that. But what I'd like to know is... Don't tell me. The ventilator, is it? You're very astute, Inspector. Oh, there we go. That's been 1 minute. Thank you very much for the IRL word ban swarming. I actually think I did that one pretty well. Get it? I think I did that one pretty well. The ventilator clearly joins the next door cabin. That's right. So if we can investigate in there, we might be able to work out what that speckled band was. My hand is looking quite nice. All right, then. I can't leave this cabin at the moment. I'm stuck here until we arrive at the airport. You see, I'll have to entrust the investigation to you. Really? You're willing to do that? Yes, as long as you don't leave the first-class cabin area. I'm afraid I can't remove those handcuffs, though. But what about the captain? Aren't you going against his direct orders? I'm a man of my word. And I promise that I'll lay my life on the line if that's what it takes to convince the captain. After all, I failed to keep Asogi-san safe. This is the least I can do. Thank you. Let's seize the moment then, Naruhodo-san. Let's just select move and we can leave this cabin at last. Move. Alright, let's see what we can find out. Bum, bum, bum. Excuse me, sir. I can do a hard one, but now, whoa. What kind of hard one? What? Kazuma-san's quarters, ... Oh. Oh. Hydrate. Oh, shit. Rooster, I heard you were lonely. I'm here now. What's up, Rooster? Chat, we gotta redeem a hydrate. Fuck yeah, chat. I got the hydration in my bones. Shoddy was like a melody in my head. Bum 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 bum. No, what's up, Rooster? How you doing? What is that mousetrap on the floor? Yeah. Phew, I'm finally out of that cabin. I have to admit, this isn't quite what I was expecting. It's less spacious out there than I thought it would be, and this is the most luxurious accommodation. Yes, indeed. Kazuma-sama was being sent on the study tour by the government. That's why he was being put up with the first-class cabin. Even still, this is about twice as large as my accommodation in steerage. Really? That must be awful. Oh, look over there. That's another crewman keeping watch. He looks enormous, even if he's sitting down. The door next to him leads to the second-class accommodation. I'm suppose he's making sure no one comes in here who shouldn't. I suppose. Like people in handcuffs? I had an exam yesterday. How'd you do? After the most boring week ever? Damn. I mean, the week has been rough, but it was finals week for me. My graduation is tomorrow, chat. I literally graduate from high school tomorrow. That's so crazy. Noda-Hoda-san, you look like a little boy visiting a toy shop for the first time. I would have thought you'd be used to the ship by now. We've been at sea for 2 weeks already. Well, yes, I know, but the thing is, I was inside Kazuma's trunk when I first came aboard, and ever since then I've been shut up inside that little wardrobe. It must have been a very trying time for you. Please, don't give me that pitying look. She's just trying to be nice, Shoddy. Can I not? I want to look at this shit. What is that? Ah, a trap for catching mice. Yes, we have plenty of those back home in Japan. Although they seem to be using a lump of chalk or something as bait. Let me see. Yes, I think that's what it is called, cheese. It's made from the milk of cows. Cheese? I wonder what that tastes like. You can't eat it, Noda-Hoda-san. The trap will snap shut on your fingers. Really? But, I suppose you're right. You weren't actually going to try it, were you? All I've had to eat for the past couple of weeks is Kazuma's leftovers. You don't know how hungry I've been in that wardrobe. Poor you. I'll find a little snack for you later. Oh, yo, I don't know, chat. Susanoo kind of nice. Why is my bitrate 0? Why the fuck is my bitrate 0? Hello? Did my internet just cut out or something? My bitrate is 0. What just happened? Disconnected? Uh-oh. Oh no. What happened? Hello? No! I can't chat. Wow. Is that you, Maxwell? Did you do this?
No.
Did you do this?
No, but it happened to me too when I heard you scream.
God damn it.
Did you get disconnected?
I did.
Oh no. Yeah, my Wi-Fi went out. Mom was cleaning near the PC. I think she might have touched something.
I'm just gonna have to...
I hope someone clips like you crashing. I think that would be hilarious. The freaking Germa clip. Did I really just...
I know, right? I guess I literally just gotta end it.